Kuntumre was there, Kwemsusa was there, fresh. You know, no. You know, carrots, you could just pluck it, chew it, nothing will happen to you. Now, full of poison. So, I mean, it's also because of evolution, if you like. And the fact that now people are really focused on making more money by using chemicals to, and even his industry, fishing industry, chemicals, it's crazy. Galamsey is just, you know, so. Oh, yes.
But we don't have them
anymore, yeah.
These days we plant fundamental. There's no backyard. Everywhere is concrete.
Yeah.
You understand? We don't have gardens anymore. Our own. I mean, I remember you go out, plant fresh peppers, tomatoes there, a leaf here and there, but we don't have it. And unfortunately for us,
in my small house, I have it too.
Yeah,
in my small house, I've planted cocoa.
I have to plant
pepper, tomato. When it comes to
you can have that. So if you don't, at least we should have an education on how we can use flower pots or we can use other means.
When you come to Mr. Price house, you love it.
Because when you go to other places, even tires, old worn-out tires in Japan and things. I mean, I saw some in Israel and all those things. So at least at the end of the day, we can do something. So we have to talk about it. You know, it's very critical for us to talk about the food that we eat because that is also part of what brings up our health expenses. You get me? And all of us are just going out there and buying. And somehow those who are actually cooking out there, selling to the public, are those that we have to educate. We have to educate them. I don't see why you should be making kose and putting MSG. I don't see it. Why? I don't see why you should make the cocoa and even put MSG because you don't want to buy sugar.
What was it?
Monosodium glutamate, which is a killer. You understand? And you put all those things. So, and then look at our people around the roadside who do these vegetables. They just spray the chemicals and the next thing they are uprooting. And it's on the table for us to eat. So we are killing ourselves. All because there's no education and they're running after money.
We'll come back to this very conversation, but I think it's an important expanding. Particularly also because agriculture is our mainstay as a nation. So we must have this conversation. But let me go to them for them to express perhaps their condolences. Let me come to Mr. Richardson.
It's a sad thing when you have young people just going the way Ernest is gone. They may be stressed, there may be other things, but it means that we also have to relook at our politics and the way we do it. Politics has become so stressful and it's not very rewarding. People may think that politics is rewarding, but if you are close to especially members of parliament who are in opposition, you will see what it means to be a member of parliament and basically paying everything, paying for everybody, taking care of everybody. The stress that comes from primaries, like you say, it may not necessarily be just from primaries, your pressure will start going up because the amount of money you need to pay to people and all of that. And what makes it worse also is that our parliamentary structure is such that the MP doesn't even have full staff to enable him do the work the way he's supposed to do it. So he may have some allowance for research assistants and have some allowance for driver. Sometimes you may not have to even spend the money on them because the demands that are coming, you have to drive yourself. You have to do your own research. Because if you have to pay your backroom staff, it becomes a problem. So we need to make the office of the Member of Parliament a complete office on its own. Not pretend to have people work for him. The MP should go to Parliament having had his research properly done for him so that he only goes to speak to matters that had been properly researched. He should have a full staff, accountant and everything to at least enable the MP work. If we want to make the legislature worth its salt, we need to make it work properly. Otherwise, we put too much stress on our legislators and they won't be able, they are humans, they won't be able to meet the... And on the issue of health, we've spoken extensively about the issue of food. I recently, just on Sunday morning, I lost a friend, Alfred Boko. may his soul rest in peace. I was there. They called me in the morning that he was there. He had pressure, and they said something CCM and all of that, and he just died like that. So it is a problem that we need to tackle. Unfortunately, you see, when it comes to specialization, we don't have a lot of specialists, these cardiologists and all of that. So when you go to the community polyclinics and you don't have cardiologists who are working there, people need to queue. Even if you have to go to the facility to do echo, in Tema you only have one facility that does that. So you need to make an appointment, you need to stay in long queues and all of that. And issues of kidney are becoming too many. Kidney problems are becoming too many. And when young people get kidney issues, you know they are becoming poor immediately. Because issues of dialysis and the cost for dialysis and all of that. I know a friend who had basically sold out all his property just because he's dealing with issues of dialysis. That alone is enough to kill you. Because the amount of money people are spending on health, the cost of drugs and all of that is a problem. And the food that is supposed to be our drug is even a challenge. Because you are not too sure what you are eating. You don't know what chemical was used for the food you are eating and all of that. Those who can afford may go to farmers markets and buy some product that organic product. But those who cannot afford organic those who cannot afford that may have to fall on our market women who do not even know how the products they are selling on the market were made. Probably we may have to encourage people to do small backyard farming. That is if they have not basically cemented the whole house, in order that they can plant tomato and all of those things in their homes. People need to begin to do this. I think that the Akukon Kitinkiti thing will be useful around this time, not just for the Akukon Kitinkiti, but also for other food, so that you can have your basic meal. I get my fish and I want to do my special akolo at home. I just go back. I know.
This akolo, you never give me the akolo song.
I just.
Is that to you?
You too? You. Akolo. You no, go continue. You better prepare the akolo for us. So I can give you the akolo.
Mine is not akolo.
That is something else. Okay.
No, when you cook fish raw and then you grind your pepper and then and then you have your garri on the side.
Okay.
It's a special balance.
Okay.
That's good.
I get that.
You see, because you have everything fresh.
But then we go to the Chinese restaurant. They went, catch the fish, catch it from the pond. Yeah. And then they'll bring it to you like that.
Yeah, fresh. Yeah, but what I'm saying, this is local fisherman. This is local fisherman food that we eat and eat the Ghanaian way, not the Chinese way. But basically, we need to look at issues, and we need to encourage people to do regular health checks, especially people who are working so much under stress. The Parliament should have a routine.
But there is no, you see, even in Parliament, there is no health facility.
No, there's hospital there.
Hospital,
there's hospital. Yeah, they have a clinic there. But one thing that sometimes the MPs will bring.
Because they spend almost all their lives there.
Sometimes the MPs will bring health health people to come and do health check for their community. Yeah. Parliament should make it compulsory that at least every 6 months, all the members of Parliament will have to go through some compulsory medical checkup to be sure.
To come and then check all of them.
No, but they need to. Yeah, they need to. You see, they need to know the state of the issue. You may not have to disclose people health information, but there must be some information as to what people are going through in order that they are supported. Some of them wish they could do it, but they are afraid to do it because they don't want to know they don't want to believe they will die. But there must be a way.
I used to have that until one day I decided to go and do everything, Master. Go and do it. And
when you do it, you do all those things, the HIV, When you walk,
yes, some people don't want to know their status at all.
Once
you know the status, it's speed your death.
No, but when you know your status and you go through some...
Yeah, I mean, that is a good thing.
Yeah, Saka, let me account to you for your condolences.
Kwame, I mean, I was devastated yesterday. Because this is a very good friend of mine. You know, apart from everything else, apart from the fact that he just got to Parliament, he was a member of the communications team. He also passed out as a lawyer and a very good friend. He's somebody that I respect so much. Not just respect, I shy him. I mean, if there's a word like that to use. Not because of anything, but because of how he carries himself. When he even comes to communication meeting, I normally sit in front. He sits at the back because he's so humble. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. And when he's even talking, he makes a lot of sense. And he doesn't want to, do anything that will hurt a fly. So this is a very good person and a very good human being. And to hear of his demise and with such short life, I mean 20 plus 20, 40, that's all. Because somebody with that potential is gone. And this brings in sharp focus the work of being not just a parliamentarian, in politics itself. I mean, some people think politics is the way to go. It is not. It's a deadly ground. Even some of us, I mean, who don't have any position. If you take, for instance, those who communicate, about 60% of them have BP. Oh yeah. All the communicators, not only even MPP or whatever, the media work is a very stressful job. I mean, I don't know if we can do even here. I'm sure there'll be. Yes. So, and then this is a person that combined the work of MP, the work of a communicator, a family man. I mean, he has a lot on his sleeves. And look at even the law. It's not an easy thing to do.
He's been in law.
I mean, he's a lawyer.
Oh, a lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a lawyer.
How do you know?
I know he's in the law school.
He's going to write an entrance exam.
Yeah, so I was going to
okay, no, okay. Yeah, because I know he was
with the faculty.
I know he was doing law. I know he was doing law.
He's done with the faculty.
Yes. So me, I concluded that he was in the law school.
But if you challenge, even the faculty.
Master. Yeah. So it's not easy. It's not easy at all. And I even understand he was preparing for moods. A court or something like that.
So he did Makola now, or the LLB?
Sure, yeah, I think that he's in Makola now. Because I know he passed LLB a year or two ago. So I mean, it's so devastating. I mean, we've lost somebody, especially if you look at the Akotia area. This guy is very, he can attract all manner of people. But the problem that he was having with Amasi, they solved it. He ensured that he humbled himself, and then all the feudal factions, they united, and then they won the seat. And after that, he's taken through a whole lot of hell. Look at the case at the Cofobia High Court, where even though he won over 2,000 difference, he was still being a subject of a court's issues here and there. I mean, but in all that, you could see his demeanor. He has always shown calm disposition. And for him to go just like that, I think is foul injustice. And then also, with the kind of disease that these days, especially heart attack and all those things, I mean, a lot have already been said. But I also believe that apart from the fact that what we eat, and then when we eat, are causing this problem. Also, even the way we sleep, our sleeping positions. I mean, for instance, I like sleeping with my stomach, even though I know it's a bad thing. You see, if you sleep like that, it can affect your chest. It can even affect the way you breathe. And you wake up in the morning, you have chest pains and all those things because you don't have smooth breathing and all those things. Our food has become a problem these days. Even the chicken that we take. You know that, a lot of these chickens, the things that they pump on them go into our body because they want the chicken to grow faster so that they can sell it and get money. You think that, oh, this is not red meat, so let me go and then buy chicken. And we have been eating poison every day. And even the preservatives that they put on the chicken, some of the chickens can take 2 years and all that. The vegetables that we take, even pineapple, they flash the pineapple. A lot of these pineapples are flashed. Just, ensure that it is flashed so that it will ripe so quickly.
Everything.
Yeah, so almost everything.
Let me just go for this quick commercial break. We'll be back shortly. Stay with us.
Hello, Madam Bola. How are you and how is Lagos?
Kwame, Lagos day. Oh, how is Accra?
Accra is fine. We can't complain. Are my fabrics on the way?
Yes, I hope my money is also on the way. Oh.
As we speak, my accountant is sending money to you and others at GCB.
Money don't enter.
That is a lifesaver.
Yeah, Lady D. What's up, baby?
Tia, I got the money.
Oh, that's beautiful. It was fast.
Oh, and guess what? It was so easy and faster than I thought.
I'm busy right now. Let me call you back later, yeah? All right. Love you, baby.
See you soon. Bye.
From country to country, make seamless transactions across Africa with GCB. For more information on PAPS and how to get started, call toll-free on 0800 422 422. GCB, your bank for life.
Welcome back. Don't forget the News Power Review segment is streaming live on Facebook and is streaming live on YouTube as well. Let's straight away deal with this other issue. Court issues bench warrant for arrest of Land Guard commander as police CID headquarters wrestles court case from anti-Land Guard unit. And it's quite sad, but let me just read the story so that we'll come back because the headline is very important to me. A Dansman Circuit Court judge has issued a bench warrant for the arrest of one Usha Haruna, the alleged ringleader of the gang of 10 Land Guards arrested last Thursday for terrorizing the residents of Ashoman in Ga East district of the Greater Accra region. I live in Ashoman, so this story really excites me. The arrest warrant followed a failure by Haruna to show up in court yesterday when the case regarding the prosecution of the 10 was called. It is not immediately clear why Haruna, why Haruna did not make it to court yesterday. However, information picked up indicates that some people at the Police Criminal Investigations Department headquarters in Accra have asked that the case docket be brought to them, casting doubts in the minds of Ashoman residents that some people at the CID with interest in the case want to, as they claim, make it a foolish case. It is not exactly clear how things will pan out in the end, but some state prosecuting officers the inside spoke with on condition of anonymity have expressed shock at the conduct of the CID, saying it goes against existing laid down prosecutorial arrangements. Police declare war on Land Guards. The worrying development comes at a time when the police said it had made major breakthrough in the fight against Land Guard violence following last Thursday, July 3rd, 2025 special operation by the Anti-Land Guard unit led by DSP Nafiu Shito. which carried out a targeted operation in Ashoman Estate, leading to the arrest of the 10 notorious landguards. The team, acting on credible intelligence from the stressed residents, stormed the Bank of Ghana lands around 10 a.m. and arrested the gang of suspected landguards who had long tormented landowners with threats, property destruction, and illegal land claims. The suspects were arrested without resistance during the well-coordinated raid. They are currently in police custody and face charges in court under the Vigilantism and Related Offences Act 999. Their reported sponsor, Usha Haruna, is also under investigation for orchestrating the group's illegal activity. This land, officially acquired in 2014 through a government auction and backed by court rulings in 2010 and 2024, has been a flashpoint for violent confrontations. Despite the legal clarity surrounding the land's ownership, armed guards repeatedly laid false claims and extorted payments and intimidated residents. DSP Shitu emphasized that the raid forms part of a broader national strategy to dismantle land guard networks and restore confidence in land ownership security. If you have ever bought land in Ghana, you would really appreciate what is happening. And for me, Sakasala, let me start with you. I respect the police a lot because and I've always said this consistently with our field that my father was a police officer. My father served. His number is 25. Those who are in the police service, when you mention 25, they know 25. So my father has been, his number was 25897. I used to put the pins. Those days when they had the pins, I used to put it there for him. 25897. Do you understand what I'm saying? Then I'll put that time he was sergeant. I'll put the SGT. Then you put the. So I respect the police with all my heart. I'm a barracks boy. But the kind of police system that we are encouraging now, the kind of politicization, selfish interests that we are introducing into the police system must be looked at. I'm not saying that it is all the policemen. Some of them are really very professional. Like DSP Nafiu Shitu that we are talking about. I think is the commander in charge of anti-landguardism. Okay? And then there's one doctor, he's now DCOP. Dr. Western North. Oh, this is my friend too. I forget his name like that. But it will come to me. Yeah. Dr. Chidi. DCOP Dr. Chidi. Western North. I think he's now the regional commander or something like that. I mean, there are people. The IGP, this IGP is also not bad. You know, you have Dr. Dr. Gariba, Dr. Saibu Gariba or something like that. He's also not bad. But there are some elements, in the police service that are trying to do things which will affect the police service that we are seeking to reform. No, I don't know him.
He was a police head of police.
The one who died.
Yeah, the one who died.
Okay.
He was a good police officer.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yes. He was heading Nema police station.
Okay. So they are good police officers. But if you read such headlines, okay, and inside is not just any newspaper. Yeah. That the police CID headquarters, they are trying to wrestle the court case from the anti-land guard unit. The anti-land guard unit is clothed with the power and authority to arrest land guards and make sure that our lands are safe. They've gone and arrested 10 people, okay, and arrested their sponsor, their alleged sponsor. They brought the matter to Accra region because that is where the anti-land guard head, sort of like the unit nationwide is. They took the matter to court, and then the CID headquarters has called for the docket. Why have they called for the docket? Because they know that sometimes they go behind some of these things and then they make it a foolish case, because apparently the gentleman who sponsored the land guards is saying that as for him, he will make sure that the case becomes a foolish case and that he has paid the CID headquarters. I mean, what kind of country are we living in, Saka?
Yeah, but I was thinking they are yet to even arrest the sponsor.
They have arrested the sponsor. The sponsor
refused bench for arrest of land guard commander.
Yes. Do you understand? So the commander, that's the ringleader.
Yes.
The something. He's the ringleader who was arrested. He was asked to come to court yesterday. Then he failed to show up. Then they issued a bench warrant. So this one, I think the story has to do with the bench warrant. Then the gentleman was heard to have said, he was telling somebody that, this case won't go anywhere, and that he will make sure that the CID headquarters calls for his docket, and then he has paid them already, and that it will become a foolish case.
Yeah, Kwame, I think it's unfortunate. You see, this country.
What kind of thing is this?
If we want to move to the next level, we need to have a police service with integrity. You remember recently there was a gentleman on social media who was threatening the police, you know, and he even said, "Oh, nothing will happen," and those things. Because that guy, I'm sure he has encountered the police several times. He tested them, and I come to that conclusion that, I mean, they are just good for nothing. But you see, let me tell you about this land guardism especially in Greater Accra and elsewhere. Maybe I don't know about the Ashanti region, but Greater Accra, it has read its ogle head. People go and buy land. That is the reason why nowadays, when you hear the company is selling land like the estate area, that I don't know, that like estates.
Yeah, I've seen those.
People rise there because that for that one, you know that it's
somehow safe.
Somehow, you know, even those guys too. I mean, there are charlatans among them. But it is all because when you go and buy land, you see some chiefs who sell double lands and all those things, and then land guards will come and stand there, you know, to guard that particular land that you have bought, you know, for somebody else. And this has been going on. Sometimes they do the guarding not because somebody contracted them to do it. They themselves want the land to go and sell it. Because these land guards that we are talking about, a lot of them they are very rich. Very, very filthy rich. Because they have taken that as their profession. The Act 999 doesn't even deter them. And these guys, they can do any and everything. They don't fear to shoot, they don't fear to kill, and then when they kill, they are able to, you know, outmaneuver the law.
Oh, yeah,
because there are people within the police service that they are in cahoots with, and these people are able to, you know, free them when they are found, you know, culpable of the law. And that is the reason why it is so dangerous that these police people, in this particular case, the anti-land guard unit,
they've done their work.
Would go and do a human job like this. Because they have not taken the law into their own hands. They have gone to arrest the people, and they are taking the people through due process. So if the people have any defense, I mean, the court is there for them to defend themselves. You don't say that we are taking the case out of the unit. The region, and then we are taking it to ourselves. It's like some movies that I've been seeing. I mean, when the superiors are bought or are compromised, any time that the overzealous subordinates go and then arrest people and come, then they will do some, you know, outmaneuver and do certain things and then free the people. And I think that this is playing here in our very eyes. That we want to nip a certain behavior or a certain criminal act in the bud, and then we have other people that are giving life to that the same thing that we are living in the bud. And I'm sure that if they want peace and if they want maybe Ghanaians and citizens to go about their normal duties and for people to buy land and develop it with their own strength, with their own money, they should rather ensure that they protect the populace, because that is exactly what the police force is about. It's not to, you know, these guys, this commander. I remember when the Galamsey matters.
Yes.
President John Mahama was saying that.
Haruna or something.
Can you imagine that? I mean, without this, President Mahama, let me finish that one. Was saying that when they arrest the small boys,
so they want the big.
You have to aim at the big fish. The big fish. And in this case, these guys, what they show? What was it? What's his name?
Usha Haruna.
He is a big fish. He is a big fish. And now some people have done certain things, and then the man is not even respecting the court. Come to court, you say you won't come, because you know that, I mean, you have bought some. There are some people in your pockets.
Yes.
I mean, I'm happy that there is bench warrant against him, so that we will see. He should use his powers against the state, and let's see which of them will win. the state says that the bench warrant is issued against you, come and answer questions. Because without you, there won't be land gas in this area. Because you are the one feeding
and funding. It's like terrorism.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like terrorism.
Exactly.
Anyway, let me come to you, Mr. Arista. I mean, look, sometimes I think that our definition of what national security crisis is must be looked at again. Because clearly, this is a looming danger. And it's been perennial, but has been made pronounced in recent times. Because I have had the opportunity of working with some companies that deal in lands, and the ordeal that I personally sitting had to go through, it's not a joke. Yes, it's not a joke. So anytime I hear land guardism, you know, I get frightened. Serious. Because it's not a joke anymore. And you see, there are some elements, and that is why I spoke so sadly about the indiscipline of some police officers, that on many occasions you would have a situation where people will be apprehended for having committed such offenses, and those people will find a way of bribing some police officers and they'll be left off the hook. You'll find them back on the land again, and they will tell you, if you arrest us, nothing will happen. And that is what has been happening. And I would have thought that the new IGP, given his wealth of experience and the longevity of his professionalism, especially in Greater Accra region, and also given the commitment, the unflinching, undying support of the commander of the anti-land gas unit, DSP Shito, to the cause, one would have thought that COP Christian Tutorionu will make sure that the right thing is done. Because he is the one who sanctioned it, and kudos to him, by the way. But if you have some elements within the headquarters who work in a CID department trying to, if you like, obfuscate, or, you know, make what you have done counterproductive and undermine the authority of the IGP, it's a serious issue, serious indictment on the integrity of the police. Because I know that their motto is service with integrity. That's the motto of the police. Service with integrity.
Come, you know why I'm sad? You see, I'm sad because I'm a Gan.
Ganyojibi.
Yeah. Even though my mom my mom people said I'm not a Gan because I inherit maternally too. I am sad because the Ghana chieftaincy institution has been messed up. Coming from a background where my grandfather was what in Ghana we call Akwashonche, the accounts call him Chidomhini, and who was basically in charge of all the Tema lands. And at the time he died, he didn't even have a lot of land in his name. So you get it. The only land he had in his name was the land that he gave to us that we built. He bought it when I was born because he felt because my mom was an Akan, we may have challenges acquiring land. But then, and looking at it from then to now, and government interference in Ghana lands, particularly the process for the acquisition of the Tema, Nungwa, and Po lands. You know, it was acquired under a Compulsory Acquisition Act in 1951. And the establishment of TDC as a development agent and not as a sales agent, which metamorphosed itself into selling lands and marketing lands, and so basically messed up the processes. The fact that within the same system you have family lands and you have stool lands, so there is even conflict. Look at the Ogbojo land case. There is a conflict between what family lands are and who owns family lands and who owns stool lands. So you have family heads selling land, and then later you have the stool coming to sell the same land, and then there is conflict. And so you now need to, because you bought it from a family head and some stool is selling, you now need to bring in some people to protect the land in order that the person that the stool is selling to or the stool sell and vice versa. So it made the Ghana land issue a mess. total mess. And we have not taken the trouble to deal with that mess. You see, it was around Accra, Tema area. It extended to Pokwasi. Now it's extending because Pokwasi and Accra and Isawam is basically becoming one. So it's extending into the eastern region. And then when you go towards Akusi and other places from this part of Accra, that is also merging the Shah Hills and it's merging into Accra. So it is also extending into the Krobo areas. And then because of the Dawa area, the Adan part is also merging into the Tema, so it's becoming more like Tema extension. And I'm sure when the road is constructed, people will move much more towards Adan, and you have that situation because if it's just 30 minutes drive from place to Accra, people wouldn't mind staying around those areas. And
Kasua is already in Accra.
Yes, and look at the mess around Kasua towards the central region. So you see, it's a problem that started from Accra because of how we manage our chieftaincy issues and the land, the laws governing the land, family land, stool lands and all of that. Land guards came in, and because when politicians make money, the easiest way, and other people, the easiest, both legal and illegal wealth, the easiest way to protect the money that it being detected is to invest the money into lands. People would want to buy more lands because it holds value, and this value would not diminish at any point in time because it appreciates. So people would want to use land as a store of value because we don't have the opportunity to buy gold to store. So people will want to buy land. So people are just buying lands not because they have immediate use for the land, but it's a way of hiding their wealth. It's a way of laundering the money if it's illegal money. So you buy a vast land, and because the money itself is illegal and he acquires a property with it, he would want to apply the services of illegal people to protect that illegal wealth that he has acquired. And that is becoming a problem. You see, we need to be able to deal with these issues properly. Probably we need to look at the laws again, particularly the laws on the gun land sales. You see, at some point, I think we had a law that is that if somebody had built just in the Greater Accra region to the lintel, to the window level, you do not have the right to demolish that property. Just in Greater Accra region. So if the person is able to get land guards around the area to protect, for them to build to the window level, he owns the land, whether he acquired it lawfully or not. The person owns the land.
The best thing is
the
can compensate you.
The worst case scenario is even when a court order has been given.
Yeah.
You see, the court has actually given an order that all of you, or an application for injunction has been filed.
Yeah.
An order has been given that all of you should stay off. You would find the other party with land gas on the site before you know it. Because the law, and unfortunately, I think we need to revisit it.
Yeah.
When an order is given in favor of, let's say, Madam Ayana, somebody has illegally occupied your land, the person has put up a structure. Now, if the court makes a determination, a pronouncement that the land belongs to you, and there's an already built up house on that particular land, you can't demolish it. You can only take possession. Yeah. So how do you take possession if you cannot demolish somebody's property on your land? That's the problem. Yeah. The court doesn't grant an order for demolition. And that is why people who do so with impunity, because they know that when you go to court, no order can be made for you to come and demolish my house. You get the point. So I think that we must begin to... Yes.
It's somebody's house, but it's my land.
And that's what I'm saying.
The landowner is there.
Yes, so why can't I demolish the house?
No, that's the thing. So at best, they can let you to atone tenancy to them. The person will come and atone tenancy to you. That's all. So that's why they build quickly.
That's the genesis of the land guard thing. because he knows that when he brings the land guard to protect the land, and normally they started, they were doing it at weekends and in the night.
Yeah,
so by morning,
daylight. And the buildings. Oh yeah, no, they still do it now.
So by morning, they find a bed and by morning there's a whole structure on it, and then you go to court and it drags. So you see, the law itself is aiding that illegality, and probably we need to look at the law again to be able to deal and cure that malice. If we don't look at it from that angle, we'll have a challenge. All right. So I feel that we need to, for me, from where I sit, I feel the challenge has to do with those issues with the law that are conflicting the position. You may have passed all the laws you want to pass. Once the person is able to build the house, and the person will do anything to build the house.
But really, beyond the brushes with the law, okay, is also, for me, it's actually very important that we look at institutional integrity. And when I mention service with integrity, I deliberately Googled what service with integrity is, because it's important to position it within the proper context. Because you see, service with integrity means providing service that is honest, ethical, and reliable. It encompasses keeping commitments, acting with fairness and respect, and upholding moral principles in all interactions related to service delivery. This ensures trust and confidence from those being served. A more detailed explanation: being truthful and open in all communication and actions related to the service provided, fulfilling commitments and agreements made during the service, so fairness and respect, there's accountability, there's ethical conduct, there's reliability, there's humility, and there's an example, a police officer upholding the law, even when it's difficult, and treating all citizens with respect, regardless of their background, is an example of service with integrity.
Yeah. So that's what you're expecting of the police?
Yeah.
Then you have CID people trying to get the docket from the region because they are at the police headquarters, and they can find a way of muddying the waters so they can benefit at the expense of the residents who live in Ashoman Estate.
Money.
Yes, my boss.
Land acquisition in this country is another headache. I don't know if our neighboring countries also have the same problems, but we seem to not be able to deal with it over the years. Family owns land, then we have stool lands, and then we have state lands. At the end of the day, it has become really, really difficult for one to acquire land in Accra. At least it's reassuring that in Ashanti region, the Otumfuo easily can destool a chief who deals in double sales of lands and etc. But it's not the same like in Accra, just like Richter said. It is very difficult for you to police land in Accra. And when you have miscreants within the system that is supposed to protect citizens, then it becomes more difficult. Over the years, I think that we have not been able to move along with our police somehow. We should ask ourselves, the recruitments that are done in the police service, is it something that will say they follow due process? Because at the end of the day, we've had situations where we've known that political interventions have come in where we have even some people say this is Kufuor police, Kufuor police, Mahama police, that kind of thing, depending on the period that they are recruited into the police service. This has come about because of the way that the police structure is. We knew of very, very, very decent policemen. Once you are Abine, it's something that they respected. Being a police officer meant something. But these days, when you even ask young people, the person wants to, why do you want to go? You say, person here police because and I'll make money. Are you getting me? So until we are able to make policing very attractive and a respectable job, a lot of miscreants will find their ways in there. Criminals will find their way in there. If you can get someone who has sworn to defend the state and to defend the civil society, and that person decides that I'm going to go around and circumvent all those things for my own benefits, then that person is not fit to be in the police service. That's an enemy of the state. And you see, at the end of the day, we always hear this thing about policemen are always protecting themselves. They protect one another. There's no way you can ever win against a police officer. If he decides that you are going to be wrong, you're wrong. Wherever he takes you, his colleagues will side with him, sort of. That is the mindset that people have for the police. So I think that land guardism should be something that we should be able to fight. If only we can deal with people like these that have been mentioned, you know, to serve as a deterrent to the others who might also want to come in. One thing you always hear is that, oh, our remuneration, our salary is not enough. Whose salary is enough in this country? No one. So you cannot use other illegal means to buff up your salary. It's not right. So I think that maybe we have to start, first and foremost, finding ways of getting all lands registered, whether you are stool land or you are a chief, family land or state land. We must have a lands registry. There is a lands registry. Yeah. But how come then that chiefs are able to sell lands to more than one person or two people, or families are able to do that? That means that there is some lapse, there's a loophole somewhere. And the loophole is what we just said. If you are able to build to lentil, then it means that you're free to go. But it's not only that. Even today when you buy land, not even in the new and up and coming place, in the old areas, as soon as they see you putting up something, they come and tell you that they are coming for money.
Yes.
For the fact that you are just putting what? You're putting a hoe or a pickaxe on the land. You know, how do you do that? You buy land from 1990 something. In 20-something, you decide to just develop something, and somebody comes and says, you cannot develop. I'm also coming for something because how do you?
Digging fee.
Yes, digging fee. What is digging fee? And then
when you get to blasting time, you come.
Yes, and everything fee. And then you ask yourself again. We're looking at. You see, but there are some. We look at the district assemblies and the municipal assembly. There are bylaws governing lands and planning. You can get people buy that. I'm against that. You buy land and you leave the land fallow for 40 years, and people have developed around it. You are only asking for trouble because people would want to come back and resell. They take it that maybe the person is dead or the person is not interested. That's what I'm saying. So some of them launder the money by buying these lands and they die without telling anybody.
Even say that land has been put to good use.
Exactly.
So
and
then leaving bare land.
So there's bare land, or there is a dilapidated, half-structured land in the midst of beautiful houses, and it affects, you know, the development of that area. Yeah. So I think that we should look at our bylaws. If the municipal assemblies and the district assemblies have laws that govern on how long you can keep a land fallow or a structure undeveloped, and therefore you can be asked to either sell, you know, for somebody else to come in and develop the place, or you just forfeit the land. That would also help some of this land guardism, because some people, like, they know that this land is going for cheap, and they go and buy 50, 30, 100 acres, and they put it down. And then people are looking for land. So as soon as that place starts developing, that is where land guardism comes. True. Because you have so much, you can't police it, and people also want land. And then you find unemployed youth, some of them, wanting something to do, and they'll come and claim ownership of the land.
Adverse possession is very important.
Yes.
Some of this.
But on many occasions as well, you would find that maybe somebody has put up a structure on the land. But Charlie, you know how difficult it is to come by money lately. And then they would have left it for maybe a year or 2 or 3 or 4. Because I know people.
No, that's okay. A year or 2.
Yeah, but even those ones, they will come. They will just graze everything down.
You know why?
And then start erecting.
It's because Ghanaians, we don't like to do documentation. Some of them will come in there and you don't have a land title to that land that you said you have bought. You understand? So they will come in. And then there are some that will also just buy the land, and there is nobody.
Yeah.
And I'm told that in law, it's 12 years. If somebody is on your land for 12 years, adverse possession. So there's so many things that actually favors the land guard, so to speak. So we have to look at those laws.
Yeah, but the police people too, who are
no, the police, you see, that's
siding and doing business.
Some land guards got the opportunity to enter the police. What do you expect?
No, you see, it's not just about the. Sometimes it's the people who are behind the sale and the acquisition. You get it. Sometimes the police people are taking. You don't find the officers. Normally, it's the other ranks who are sent onto the field.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Somebody gives some instruction. You see, we must first begin to insulate our state institutions from the influences of the politician, because it looks like the politician is all in all and decide the fate of everybody in this country. If I'm a chief and I want to continue, if I'm an MP and I want to continue being an MP, I must listen to my chief and the influential people in my community. So if they are even doing illegal things, I must find ways and means of getting to the police commander in my region to listen to them. So sometimes I know they are not doing it right, but I may have to lead them to go and meet the commander.
Well, let me just go for another break. When I come back, we will look at I don't know whether the election is a by-election or the election has to be rerun. And then perhaps we'll end the show. So quick commercial break, I'll be right back.
Hello, Madam Bola. How are you and how is Lagos?
Kwame, Lagos Day. How is Accra?
Accra is fine. We can't complain. Are my fabrics on the way?
Yes, I hope my money is also on the way.
As we speak, my accountant is sending money to you and others at GCB.
Money don't enter.
That is a lifesaver.
Yeah, Lady D. What's up, baby?
Tia, I got the money.
Oh, that's beautiful. It was fast.
Oh, and guess what? It was so easy and faster than I thought.
I'm busy right now. Let me call you back later, yeah? All right. Love you, baby.
See you soon. Bye.
From country to country, make seamless transactions across Africa with GCB. For more information on PAPs and how to get started, call toll-free on 0800 422 422.
GCB, your bank for life.
And thank you very much for staying with us. May I remind you again, share the, hold on, I'm just trying to get some details. Okay, so share your views and comments with us via WhatsApp or Facebook. I've seen some of the messages coming in. This one says, laws are made in Parliament by parliamentarians, agreed and signed by the same members of the citizens of Ghana. The same laws passed by these MPs in Parliament are being abused by the parliamentarians when they are out of the Parliament House. The Constitutional Amendment Committee should put it in the law for every member of Parliament to also go for 2 terms. Greatest champion. Land guards do not operate alone in Ghana. They work with government officials and the police. That is why they always sometimes refuse to be arrested. James, I agree with you. The land guards there, if you follow them, I agree 100% that they work with some police, some police and people and government officials. Okay, the next topic that I want us to look at, MPP files injunction to block Ablekuma North Rail Run. Saka, why have you filed an injunction? Okay, so hold on. Now somebody has sent another message on this land guards thing. Let me just read it. Good morning to you, Sheikh KOD. When land guards are recruited in our security services, these are the results we will always have. Have we asked ourselves, how was the alleged acres of lands acquired by the Igbo king to create his kingdom in Ghana? obviously land guards and some of the securities are behind it. Land guardism and somebody has acquired some Igbo. I don't understand.
He's acquired land in Lingo.
Right now it's become a hot issue. Yesterday there was a demonstration.
Giving it to Nigerians to...
Not Nigerians, Igbo.
Yeah, Igbo.
Anti-Nigeria. They are the Biafra movements.
The 2020, 36. From, foreigners acquiring them.
He used his wife. He used his wife.
50 years. I mean, freehold.
The wife is apparently...
Freehold interest.
Freehold interest. Please, you can't get the freehold interest.
It's 99 years.
Please, hold on. Let me just understand. Because I don't know the story.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just an emerging story.
The guy came to Ghana and acquired what?
He's acquired
50 acres.
Yes.
To build a community for Igbos.
No, that shouldn't be the case.
Oh no, we should allow this.
But it's
before you know, they will take over our country.
And that is where we are fighting. Everybody is fighting it. You understand? Because you see, we have a Nigerian High Commission in this country, which is supposed to be responsible for all Nigerians. And we do know that you have a problem in Nigeria, Biafra and the rest of Nigeria. You understand? Igbos are from the Biafra state. Now you have formed yourself into a form of Biafra movement, and you want to come and headquarters practically in Ghana.
Before you are aware, they have a radio station, they have a market there, they have a supermarket there.
What kind of national security do you have? They don't know this. They don't know this.
He wants to call himself a king.
King of what?
A king of Igbos. And that they have
in our country.
In our country. And that they have it everywhere. Oh, you haven't seen it on social media. It's all over. I also read it on social media. And I was so
pissed. You are not. It's
the latest in town. He says he wants to build, he build his schools, build their blah blah blah, and for the Igbos. We are not against Pan-African ideas for everybody to come and live in our country as such, but we cannot be
intentionally
encourage tribalism.
Don't intentionally come and create a community.
We've lived with
encourage tribalism.
All sorts of people.
Because when you come here, somebody to
so can somebody go? If you didn't even allow two Chinese to live as neighbors, it should be
imagine the population growth, the rate of population growth. In 5 years.
Yes.
Look at how
and the majority of people coming are Igbos because
it will become another country.
Is bad.
Yeah.
The area is bad, and suddenly
no. It will become another country. Now they'll be asking for cessation.
No, but you see, Ghana, we don't look beyond our nose.
We are not against it.
We just think of the now.
We are not.
We don't think about the future.
No, we don't have proper
leadership.
That family, apparently it's a family land. They said it's a family land.
No. The family land sitting on Ghana land.
Honorable Sam George came and said no.
Where? Ningo.
Ningo.
Ningo area.
Yes, family. So I just read this morning that Honorable Sam George says that it's family land, and he doesn't think that this is feasible. We cannot allow segregation in our country where you have a particular place where you say this is for Igbos. No. We don't have that. This country is not like that. And we have to start checking things. You see, this ECOWAS structure of 90 days is fine, but our immigration is so overwhelmed because they have Chinese, they have other people. You understand? So we take it that look. When it comes to Nigeria, we are family. We are family, so we don't go chasing after Nigerians. And somehow it is not only Igbos who come from Nigeria.
Sometimes they are a mess. Is it good?
Total mess. They don't. Some of them don't respect us, our laws.
But is it not for that same reason 1969?
Yes, the aliens compliance order. We don't. Ghana must go. We don't want that because we are all one family. But you cannot come. And I'm just saying, I don't have anything against it. But the fact that they want to build a Biafra faction, because Igbo is a Biafra faction, and if you are fighting Nigeria, you cannot come into this country and want to fight Nigeria from here. You will not make Ghana a launching pad.
They will use it or not.
No, we cannot let them use Ghana as a launching pad for their Igbo kingdom or their Igbo country. No, it's not going to happen. We are okay. You can stay. You are staying at East Legon, wherever you are. You have your supposed.
They will next Ghana. I mean, you see, it will take time.
There are many of them in this area.
They will next this nation.
Hey.
They are causing rent to
already they're everywhere. Already they're everywhere. We are not complaining. Ashoma everywhere. Kaswa is them, and look at how Kaswa is messed up.
Somebody has sent me a message right now.
You cannot mess your place up and come and mess us up. We are living as one big happy family.
Call me later for in-depth information about a powerful land guard unit in Ablekuma.
We are not against anybody. Anybody is free to come to Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana, but we will not be segregated. We will not allow for segregation. For you to say you are doing just this for your people, just because you can acquire land.
Yeah, I think national security has money.
Yes, and the thing is that everybody's saying money. Where did you get the money?
Most of the money is illegal.
Exactly, maybe it's illegal.
Illegal money. I don't think that we.
And apart from that, if you're a Nigerian in this country, you see what I even saw a clip where I think immigration or police were actually addressing them, the Igbo people, and I'm like, what is that? We should be addressing Nigerians.
Yeah.
Not Igbo. Nigerians, not a tribe.
Nigeria is where
there is a Nigerian
today.
High Commission in this country. We owe allegiance to that group, that we know them. And so if you're a Nigerian here and anything happens, we will go to the Nigerian High Commission. Yeah. Whether you're Igbo, you're Yoruba, you're Hausa, you're Efik, you're Tufik, you're whatever. We will go to the Nigerian High Commission. But not to want to make it look like if anything should happen between them, their Igbo tribe, then they will be the people to kind of like intervene. No way. It's not going to happen. And the earlier we stop it, the better. I'm not surprised that South Africa sacked them out.
Yeah, no, I think that we should do something with immediacy.
You know, and before people say we are being xenophobic, we are not. It's not xenophobia. This is
you actually come to somebody's country and come and build a whole community, a kingdom.
A kingdom.
Hey, the kingdom of whom?
We don't know anything about kingdom.
Where they are now, they will be the largest.
Yes,
of course. So they will acquire the 50 acres. Before you know it, they acquire another 50. Before you know it, another 50. Then the whole of the voter region, they will try and even fuel secessionism.
And
they will fuel secessionism.
They are looking for a safe haven.
Yes.
To call home, because they have built beautiful houses.
If Ghana doesn't
and the way Trump is going, attacking everybody.
If Ghana,
we cannot allow
is not careful or cannot learn from history, they should see what is happening in Israel and Palestine.
Yes, that's what we said.
A small piece of land was given to Israel people to occupy. Now they've taken over Palestine. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yes,
because if they have the financial muscle to be able to build weapons and for people, because before you know it, you cannot penetrate to know what is happening there.
They are the technological brains of Nigeria, the Igbos. Very dynamic people. You understand? We accept and we welcome the trade, we welcome the exchange of ideas and technology, but we will not allow segregation in our country.
Thank you.
Yeah, we were talking about.
I don't even know.
The Reverend.
The Reverend, yes.
Yeah. I should go on there.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that if we look at the Blekuman North very well.
You see, sorry. The point that you are making, and you see, I'm not aware of this matter. So,
we are discussing two topics.
No, I'm sorry, but I'm distracted because you see, people are sending messages and are also.
This is the first time we even hearing about
this. I don't know about this Igbo thing. Good morning, Mr.
Madam, you would know this, and you kept quiet.
This weekend.
You also got to know about it.
Good morning. To be honest, I saw the headline, but I didn't read it.
Oh, you better read it.
It's a
good morning, Mr. KOD and the palace. Please, you people should follow that matter of the Igbos to ascertain its authenticity. Look, we are likely to lose Ghana to Nigeria and Zamrames. Take it from me, if we are not careful.
Yeah.
And I don't doubt this guy because you see where I live, in my enclave. I've lived there for 10 years, and I can confidently tell you that, 5 years prior, we didn't have Nigerians. Now in my area, full of Nigerians.
They are there.
They bought lands.
Yes.
They are landlords all over. Bought houses. And you know what is even more dangerous? Thank you very much. The local schools are teaching Igbo language.
This is what is happening.
In our country,
they have
restaurants, pubs. Look, they have shopping arcades. They have all those things within in our enclave.
Look at how in Zima language before now they got the opportunity to teach you.
And for people,
I'm telling you,
for people who do not know,
can you
imagine that.
For people who do not know, from the 60s to the 70s, it was the Nigerians who were doing the gold trade.
Of course, I know.
You understand?
But the Galamsey sites.
The diamonds and
the Galamsey sites.
Newtown.
The Galamsey sites.
Newtown was occupied by the Yorubas.
The Yoruba Lobosians.
Really? Look, I'm saying about the Galamsey sites. The recent raid that was conducted. They were Nigerians, and they are involved in all manner of trade, sex trafficking,
everything,
human trafficking.
We don't want it. We don't want it. I'm telling you, things are happening.
How many people go to Israel?
I will send you a few clips. I'm trying to see. Things are happening in this country, and you see,
that's the problem. And they are pushing drugs in the day.
Yes, you see, they are pushing the
prostitution, drugs.
I mean, somebody will say that we are doing anti.
Oh no, but my auntie was married to Nigeria. All my cousins are Nigerians. I mean that one. I lived in Surulere, so that's why it's no problem. But we are talking about the things that they are doing that are anti-Ghanaian. If we are anti-Nigerian, if we are anti-Nigerian, what they are doing is also anti-Ghanaian. Yes, what they are doing is anti-Ghanaian. Of course. Ghana. And you have this country, I'm sorry to say that. Some public officers are fools. Public officers are fools. Because it's not about their pocket, what they'll get now. Forgetting that their children will come and suffer later.
You know that the whole thing. Now the information that is going out there. In Ghana, education is free. Oh, our health system is free. They are coming and enjoying all those things.
No.
You know that they can even influence who become our president.
Our resources.
They'll get to the point.
They are stretching our resources.
You become the
UPSC.
president.
Yes.
The school.
Yes. We are student population. Large Nigeria.
Maybe we can train 1 or 2 parents. They become Ghanaians.
We don't even have the jobs, and you are coming in here.
Yeah, so they go to school, they apply the Ghanaian passport, and they use the Ghanaian passport.
So now you are going to our schools because you say, well, when you come to Ghana is free.
I think our viewers are even aware of the story. I'm not aware. Let me read the message.
So they are educating us.
They're educating us. I believe, somebody says, I believe we need to set a fast-track land court. And Land Act 2020
we have
activated and applied. You said fast-track land court. Because you see, our land matters to the chair too much.
I'm telling you. You know me, I have a land case. It's from 2012. It's still pending.
This is from CEO of Land Genius Ghana, Mr. Amegache. Okay, Kwabla Amegache. Let's talk after the show. In fact, I'll call you so that we discuss a matter. A few matters.
My case is 23 years. Hey, 30 years.
Well, look.
This one says, good morning. This matter has been a TikTok discussion for some days now. And I think, Kwame, you need to use your office to get to the bottom of it. Thank you. Emmanuel Na in Kumasi. Hey, Radin Yankupon. Do you know when I got scandalized? On the campaign. When I went to Asankregwa and all of them were Nigerian.
Yes.
I'm telling you. The whole of Ghana is filled with Nigerians. I'm telling you.
No, because there are many.
Please, can you let your technicians look at the background noise? It's not producing edible sounding. Oh, so sorry. Oh, please send it to me. This Nigerian man who identifies himself as Igbo King has been living in Accra for some time. He now claims to represent all Igbos in Ghana and has announced plans to establish an Igbo kingdom within Ghana. The declaration has caused widespread public outcry and concern among many Ghanaians. Ghanaians believe kingship is a sacred role governed by tradition and customs. The idea of a foreigner declaring himself a king and planning to build a kingdom is seen as a serious violation of Ghanaian tradition. We are talking about Ghanaian tradition only? No. Many citizens fear this act could be the beginning of attempts to take over land or power in the country. There are concerns it could lead to future ethnic tensions or conflicts similar to those seen in other countries. For example, Israel and Palestine, as if I've read the story. Some have expressed dissatisfaction with traditional and political leaders, especially the Gamanche, for not speaking out or taking action to stop this. The public has labeled Nigerians, particularly some Igbo individuals, as dangerous based on past experiences and see this act as a possible threat to national peace and sovereignty. Let us also not forget the case of the missing Takoradi girls, where it was later revealed that kidnappers were of Igbo origin. Master, hey.
You see, Kwame, for instance.
Hold on. Sorry.
You see.
KOD, I almost changed your topic on the table with my Igbo King message this morning. But please follow it up. Langadism and Galamsey are twins. Hey, Saka.
You see, Kwame, look at some of the heinous crimes.
It's serious.
You see, Kwame.
Our youth were on the streets.
Kwame.
In red bands.
Kwame, look at some of the heinous crimes.
Are you on TikTok?
Some of the heinous crimes.
That's
yeah. Some of the crimes that happen in this country. Then somebody will come and say, oh, this anti-Ghana, this anti-Ghana. It is because we have allowed all manner of people to settle in this country. They do all manner of things. And at the end of the day, Ghana bear the bad name for their actions.
We have to sit up.
And I think that if you allow these things, it will open the floodgate for other ethnic groups to come all over. I mean, I was even sad when I heard of a Chinese community, and do you know what these people do? When they are here, they don't patronize our market. They build their own markets. They build their own markets. They patronize their own things. So we don't benefit from them.
Nothing. And they take everything.
I'm telling you, we don't benefit from them. Even common water they import from their country.
And they are happy to say it. And then now they are taking our passports. So you cannot go to Dubai. You come and get Ghana passport. Go to Dubai, misbehave, and
if they settle here 5 years,
and they're marrying our women.
Half of them will take Ghana passport or Ghana.
How many got it?
Good morning to you. What the woman is saying about the Igbo land or kingdom in Ghana is true. If you want to hear more about this kingdom, send your team to Agbubulushi. The news has already spread. He is really building a kingdom, and he is the king. Look, they say he is filthy rich. So the kingdom he is trying to build will be built easily. By now, it has even started. There's more smoke without fire.
What is the
Abbas from Ablekuma
institution doing about some of these things? Because before you can pronounce yourself a chief in Ghana, you need to be in the register.
He's a chief. We say he's a king.
You need to be in the register.
We don't even have a kingdom in Ghana.
We don't even have
a kingdom in Ghana.
The biggest chief in Ghana is Ashanti.
Yes.
Obi.
And then now you are saying
can I read the message? Obi Okoranta. Says Kwame, please, you people should not worry yourself too much about this case. That man who calls himself Igbo King is a joker. I am Igbo man myself. He's not a serious man.
But we take him seriously.
But we take him seriously.
We won't take things for granted.
Obi, the Igbos that we are talking about is not everybody. We are talking about some people. So you are not part of them. Otherwise, we are blasting. Can you please write the topic you are discussing about the Igbo on the screen? Yes, King of Igbo plans to build his kingdom in Ghana.
He's already built.
Then what
I think you should put the king in parentheses.
He's not a king.
He says he's a king.
So he says. So you should put it in parentheses because we don't recognize him.
And he's wearing a crown.
No, we don't recognize him. So, but why should he openly as a king, as if he's recognized?
But the point is, we shouldn't blame the king.
Who should we blame?
I mean, some people allow him to do what he's in. If he is saying that I want 50,000 acres of land, and then the chiefs there, or the family there says,
it's
against our law, we cannot allow that to happen.
No, you see, what is the level of understanding that our family, we have family head. What accountability?
Yeah.
How many families even are aware that there's a law like that in Ghana that holds family heads accountable to the family members? People are not aware.
Yeah.
So you see, we pass the laws and keep the laws in shelves. Because if you pass such laws and you make them available, because the laws are so expensive, even if you want a law, you probably have to go all the way to the publishing to acquire a law. This family head accountability is less than 10 pages.
Oh yes.
It should be something that you could even give out to traditional authorities, and
let me read more.
It should even be taught.
I am surprised. It's good you brought this in. Please, KOD, if only the Igbo town is limited to only the Igbos, then it's wrong. But if Ghanaians can reside there, we should allow it.
No, it's
if we have Ashtown, Fanti Town, it doesn't mean it must be tribalistic on their titles. The Igbos are good people. I'm from Wasa and I understand them best. Read about Colonel Ojogu's struggle.
Ojogu. We should have just let the secessionists come to Volta region there.
Absolutely. KOD, land guardism in Ghana is a threat to national security. Land guards in various prime areas where affluent people are putting up building. These land guards are always terrorizing people who genuinely bought a parcel from chiefs or family heads. These guys, who were social misfits and miscreants, have metamorphosed into security guys, guarding lands mostly, end up assassinating individual owners of the land by way of taking wrongful possession of the parcel of land. These land guards collaborate with the top brass of the police to traumatize people just to acquire large sum of money from the buyers. If the buyers fail to kowtow to their whims and caprices, then they will put juju on the land.
That's what the juju there to
And
it's talking about physical things.
Actually, people, he believes in what he believes in.
Oh no, the juju there no.
And it's overlap. Kwashi from Nasuma, thank you. This one says, good morning to you. In the it is the same thing happening between Mampusi and in Boko. Good morning to you, my brother. The Nigerians are everywhere in Ghana. Oh. Come to Bolga and see the way they have taken. He says, come to Bolga and see the way they've taken over motor spare parts business and speak anyhow to customers. There's even a Lagos town in Bolga. Hey. Did you know about Lagos town in Bolga?
No, I mean, for me, just as we have Chinatown everywhere. Yeah, so you can have me, but
it's just that they are there.
No,
I mean,
if these are recent developments, then it's a problem. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking. If it has been there from long, then fine. See, so right now, can we build an Igbo town? I'm asking you exactly.
We can't. That's what I say. For instance, you go to US other places, you have Chinatown because those Chinese are dominant in those. But they don't accept themselves.
You see, there's General Mosquito sitting here.
Hello, do not allow Igbos. They do not claim. They claim they are not Nigerians. They are dangerous people. He says that they are dangerous people, even in Nigeria. Please don't. I'm Yoruba.
There's something attached.
Good morning, please cool down. Igbos are Nigerians and they stay in any part of the world, just like Ghanaians are found in any part of the world. But have you heard any Ghanaian go to Nigeria and say they are building Asante town?
I mean,
recently when Sam Jonah and Co built that, they have an estate project in Nigeria, and I think our Foreign Affairs Minister went and visited them and stuff. The fallout wasn't good. The Nigerians, they were not happy about it. But this was even a businessman who had accommodation, estates, which is business, selling to Nigeria, selling to everybody. But this one, you are saying that you're going to, no. And especially when we know there's trouble. I mean, the fact that it's going to be another Biafra movement is my problem. We cannot have increase. Increase.
Dr. Nagumsi Tamale. Good morning to you, KOD. Your topics are awakening. Ghanaians have so much confidence in you as a youth leader, so don't sleep on your achievement. There's a lot you can do to turn events around. This Igbo thing must stop, and the land takeover must also, and the land taking over. KOD, we confer a lot of trust in you. Absolutely. Please use this opportunity to commend the youth to reset Ghana. Doc, thank you. Saka Salia said he won't vote for me. I would have contested.
Oh, what? I'll vote for you any time, any day.
When I build my political party, Madam Rodlin will.
Oh, Master, if you build political party, I will be with you.
Madam Rodlin, I'll leave everything in your hands.
Yeah.
I am ready.
If he's a flag bearer, I'll be his running mate.
Hello, KOD. You see, there are all manner of people calling themselves chiefs and kings. King of Fulani community, king of so and so community, etc. and we acknowledge them even at events. This is sad. Ghana as a country is too friendly. Unfortunately, most crimes are committed by foreigners, Nigerians, Fulanese, Malians, etc. If there was Ghana must go, there must be Nigeria must go, etc.
Nigeria must go. There was.
Yeah, that would be forced. That's what necessitated the Ghana must go. But we are not even talking about Nigerians must go. We can coexist. We can coexist.
Any state capture from any.
But you see, one thing that ought to be clear to you, Madam Rodlin, I promise you, I grew up in Asante Mampo, and even though I'm not closer to your age, but even at the time, there was never a time that I heard about robbery, armed robbery, those things. When I was growing up, I didn't hear of those things. I was very rare. Like maybe occasionally they hear somebody. But since they came in,
eliminated them.
No, since they came in, the Nigerians started coming. Then robbery started. Then kidnapping. I mean, did you ever hear of kidnapping? I've never heard of kidnapping in Ghana.
I never knew.
Never.
I cannot walk in my area now.
No, you can't.
For fear of kidnapping.
You cannot.
But see,
why?
I know one of the biggest mistakes we made.
It's not fair.
When Tema was
we can't even live in our country.
You know that the first step is this Ghana.
When Tema was built, they didn't build walls.
Of course, they won't build walls.
Hedges.
Yes.
So
most places have. It was a deliberate thing.
Yeah. So now,
hedges.
when you have edges and somebody is committing a crime in your house, your neighbor
will see.
Yeah. Now we have walls.
Now we built long walls. Of course. So if criminals manage to get in there, none of your neighbors will
see or know
that they are criminals.
That's what they do in the area. They will build a wall even higher than the building.
So the armed robbers get into your house and it's between you and your God.
And your God.
This issue is something that is of national security. One, we are not. We seem to look at it just on the surface. Why are they coming? They are coming because they say we have 24-hour electricity. 24-hour electricity. Are they really? Are all of them paying for the electricity they are consuming? You understand? At the end of the day, they are coming here. They have not paid taxes here. Yet their children are going to be using our facilities almost for free, using our educational institutions for free, because they said, oh, if you go Ghana, nobody pays school fees. Once you enter secondary school, you go and now you invest.
There's peace here.
Exactly, and there's peace here. We want them to also see that this is how this country is, a peaceful country. So if you come, just abide by our laws. If you are a foreigner, pay your fees. If your children go to school, if you tell them that you are a Nigerian, but don't come and circumvent and go and collect a Ghana passport and not pay or is it Ghana card, so that your child will go to school for free. And then your child will come and be competing with our children whose parents are paying fees for jobs.
No, you see, the challenge we have...
Because I don't think that is what happens in Nigeria for Ghanaians.
No, the challenge we have is that...
I don't think so.
You see, most of their children go to private basic schools, right? BES, and are all enrolled without discrimination.
In the senior high school.
You see the senior high school.
And it's free.
You get it.
Free education.
So, once he goes through the senior high school without discrimination, and he applies to go to university, he's coming from a Ghanaian secondary school. And so he may not even enter the university as a foreign student. He enters the university as a Ghanaian student.
Yes, and they'll do national service.
We need to begin, the Ghana Immigration Service needs to begin to decipher and make some things quite clear. You understand? That you need to establish a nationality. That thing is not in our educational system. To establish a nationality at the basic level. It is those who apply from foreign countries that are now considered whether you're a foreign student or you're a Ghanaian. Yes. But once you show that you wrote your YC in Ghana, you attended this secondary school, people just basically...
Let me make this point.
But we have a problem because of the intermarriages. They are marrying Ghanaians.
Let me make this point. This point, I don't intend to let it look politics. But let's be honest with ourselves.
It's very bad.
When we were doing this national ID thing, there were some other political parties that wanted the whole thing to be easy to do. And one other political party wanted it to be stringent, so that only 2 Ghanaians should have the Ghana card. But because everything in this country would like to bring political tone. Oh, our people will be disenfranchised. Hey, let everybody. And that is where we have some of this problem. You have all manner of people, Nigerians. I mean,
it's
all those.
No, but once you did away with the birth certificate and you say it's not a base document, because the birth certificate tells me the name of your mother and the name of your father.
No, but it's no. Listen. It is so easy to get a birth certificate.
No, we cannot.
It's much easier to get a passport than it is to get a birth certificate.
That is the reason why you should.
Because if you are not born in Ghana and you are 40 years, you could not acquire a birth certificate that says you are. But you can acquire a passport.
But for the Ghana card, this situation where we even can determine who is a Nigerian, we wouldn't have, because before the Ghana card, there was nothing to show between the Ghanaian and non-Ghanaian.
No, but the Ghana card that we made.
But even if you have
just walking in 90 days is what is stipulated.
Even if you have porous border and then you come in, it is difficult for you to call yourself a Ghanaian. We will fish you out one day.
It's so difficult to get a shop these days as a Ghanaian. Because
the Nigerians are paying more.
The
Nigerians are paying more.
Some areas, students that want.
I admire them for that. But you know, you've come to somebody's country. Don't come and overdo things.
But if you allow things to be overdone,
you can overdo things.
And you cannot blame them.
If Yoruba or Hausa can buy the land, they wouldn't sell for you. They are dangerous. Please.
This guy. Well, we know.
Let's continue.
No, let me read messages. I will close. I'm actually.
It's like,
he has an agenda. Kelly, good morning. These impurities only fester because our own people defend them. Why won't Chinese come to Ghana, destroy our water body, and import water to drink? Our own people are our bane because they defend foreigners than their own people. Ghanaians love foreigners than Ghanaians. Kwame, these Igbos are as far as I know, are very ritualistic.
Individualistic.
Ritualistic. Sami from Accra. Now, out of every 10 people you see in Ghana, 3 are Nigerians. The Nigerian population is about 300 million. People, so they've released just about 20 million on us.
So when we did the last census, what did we get? About
problem deal.
Yes. Can I tell you a funny story that?
Please, Captain Smart went there, and this self-acclaimed king crowned him, and the government is quiet about this.
They crowned him.
Yes, crown Captain Smart. Yes,
as a crown. They crown him as a clown.
Let me tell you what.
What?
Let me tell you one funny story. Alex told me. He said when he was the Minister for Health, and he went for a conference in health, and he went for a conference in Harvard, and then he said, "Oh, Ghana's problem, the population is about 13 million," and there was an Indian coordinator. He said, "Oh, that's your problem. You know, for my health problem." Every year I have 30 million pregnant women.
30 million pregnant women.
Your whole population is 30 million. No, in the year, India has 30 million pregnant women to deal with. So our whole population
is their pregnant women.
So in a year, they deliver Ghana's population in just 1 year.
It's just like Lagos.
You get it?
Kwame,
the Indians decide to unleash their people on
the Nigerians
to bring 30 million from
sorry, let me read. Kwame, the Nigerians are all over Ghana. And they are now building kingdoms in Ghana. They will soon take over Ghana.
I said they are next.
Yeah. Good morning to you, KOD. There are more Igbo people in the northern sector than any other city in this country. They equally have the same size of land in Tamale for only their Nigerian counterparts, and also have an Igbo chief in Tamale as well. From Tamale, Stone J. So imagine, it's a ploy. They will have Igbo king Tamale, Igbo king Accra, Igbo king Western.
I'm talking about that king. Igbo land.
No, they cannot tell you. I'm just trying to tell you that they are going to have it across the country. So Tamale, Volta, Here. Before you know it, Ghana, we're boxing in the middle.
20 million people on us. We don't have a single tribe in Ghana that is 20 million. So,
and I'm sure there are they occupy certain lands that they do not even have kings.
Please, panel, if we don't take that Igbo issue seriously, a time will come our security agencies can't even go to their town to make any arrest there.
Yeah. No, you won't be able to go.
I am sure from
Kumasi. We allow this thing to fester and for a very long time. The time that we want to take action, it will be
too late. That's what I'm saying. Every day we say
too late, and then they will now come to say that they also want to revenge.
You know where they did.
Yes. So let's not be in the bad now.
Even God, who is God, has challenged dealing with the people of Babel when they were building the tower. Yes. They were speaking the same
language. Thank you very much. So let's watch the video and we'll end the show. No, come back to the studio.
That is so-called king.
Come back to the studio first.
Which one is the king?
Come back to the studio first. Let me introduce the video. So thank you very much, Madam Rodlayana. Thank you very much, sister. Thank you, Saka. I'm leaving you with this video. I asked them to come up because I wanted to close the show. So you watch the video and we end with it. This is a so-called Igbo something. Please watch the video. I'll see you tomorrow.
And a member of the Ghana Traditional Council. If I should continue, we have me, I take this man. Me, I take Professor. I take Professor. The head of the basis too. The Darkman chief here, we have the Queen Mother of Otugron. Now, Chiche Ajima. We have Nyafua as Facha of Dakuma, and then New Okai, a member of the entourage, and a royal of Akwete Kawasaki. We have Na Adukad, who is the Queen Mother of Odupongpe, where you call Kaswa. And then there's two mothers of the same stool. We have here Mercy Asante, the registrar of the Ghana Traditional Council. And then we have me Okuje to the Asafache of the Ghana state. And with all humility, my very self, a member of the Kingmakers of the Ghana state. I am me, the graft queen. Here now, we have been directed and instructed and asked by the king of the Ghana state, your landlord, the most landlord, that Nedo Runsaki should lead us to come and grace this function in person. This is an internal custom. We will plead with you if you humbly bring your small bed, that is to lead the Igbo community in Ghana traditionally for the blessing that has been bestowed on Nedodo Nsaki to be parted on the little girl. As custom, the gods of the lands must be invoked so that they can taste and then accept and bless the incoming bird, who will be a source of direction. He will come to the Ghana Manche for directives and then use it to instruct his people. So that custom is definitely coming.
Thank you. Ogago, ni me kename. Ni atumadi. Bye bye. Alabu.
Aku cemeng kenyame.
Ogago.
Aku ni me kename.
Ogago.
Eh, bo ma wo.
Ya.
Atani bobo mo bo sko wo chikete. Isa no bo ma disa.
Ya.
E bi show chobu.
Ya.
Domo drone sa kwa jowo.
Ya.
Ta ko fa ba Jordan ni.
Ya.
Eh, mena shime. So, ni ma so.
Ya.
Hey, cemeng kenyame ni me kename.
Ya.
Iyo dambu nem. Ye tutu. Wacho ba nu aku ke jomo drajo wo me no trash ni akeka wa tash ye bia wa tash ye shaku wo so manye sandi ake man fe man ke o ya to boya eku ke ona o nyenye lo ni ke no ku e man bia ba ni na ke so manye abe ku bo me be ona wole akesi Igbo community ni yo Ghana amento onupa egwe ni ba kwe community enu mane ni egbeji ni egbe la ile to eze chuku edu ede chukude yele akegbene wọ́n búlẹ̀ fáì ní ma bí fẹ́ ànàlẹ̀ ewé bí fẹ́ ànàlẹ̀ akẹ́ àmẹ́tẹ̀ yẹ àmẹ́hìn yẹ máa náà jí ní kẹwàá ẹni kò bẹ tó ẹlẹ́ yẹn kẹ́ni kò tó ní káwàá fi ẹsì gàmàntẹ̀ lẹ́lẹ́ ha wọ́n níṣẹ́ invitation yẹn nù ọkẹ́ mẹ́rin bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n wá kọ́ àmì ìṣe lẹ́yìn wọ́n nà kọ́ àmì kọ́ ọmọ yẹ kíkọ́ ètò àkọ́ àmì ìtẹ́kọ́ ètò àkọ́ ní dẹ́nu wàá jí ìṣe wọ́n yẹ ọ̀dọ́ tó tẹ́ pọ̀ sí àṣírí náà wọ́n kò wọ́n ṣe é ṣe é náà mo jọ́ mo dùn á.
Hello, Madam Bola. How are you and how is Lagos?
Come Lagos day oh. How How is Accra?
Accra is fine. We can't complain. Are my fabrics on the way?
Yes, I hope my money is also on the way.
As we speak, my accountant is sending money to you and others at GCB.
Money don't enter.
Daddy is a lifesaver.
Yeah, Lady D. What's up, baby?
Tia, I got the money.
Oh, that's beautiful. It was fast.
Oh, and guess what? It was so easy and faster than I thought.
I'm busy right now. Let me call you back later, yeah? All right. Love you, baby.
See you soon. Bye.
From country to country, make seamless transactions across Africa with GCB. For more information on parts and how to get started, call toll-free on 0800 422 422.
GCB, your bank for life.
How can some look fast? Papa, me again. Let's say like me call you mum. Who hear me? Meant me and sent my friend doctor when I'm crossing over. See what we swear. She has malaria. Malaria. Oh, what they say? What the router? Me copy the absence here. A drone a friend router mix. Yeah, come malaria draw. And running some Gaftrap and the draw ku abaso body ase wabo ruta mixture abaso ruta natural products no ne ruta mixture ya e dikutia atridi ruta tonic and the ruta life wa e huhuru e feel srade bone e fi nipadua mu nasa support immune system no ruta de obi ase FDA ade dwede nkrato ya tu.
This is Swift Africa.